Oh my God, everybody. I think I'm going for a street glide. A street glide special. Me. Who knew? Hey there, everybody. I went out for a ride. It was beautiful. I was looking forward to it. I was going to make a video. And then I'm using the wireless Me mic, and I have that in the inside of my helmet. And if you watch my video from last week, you'll see how all that's set up and everything. Anyway, long story short, the magnet, the little double sticky that goes to the magnet that goes inside the helmet that keeps it all there, got ruined and fell off. And I'm lucky I found out before I started riding, because the mic would have, on a bump or something, very easily could have just fallen out of my helmet, and I would have been done. So I didn't have the mic. I was able to record the video, but that's why I'm doing the audio like this. It's not the best, but you know what? I wanted to get the video out, give you my thoughts, where I am right now as far as getting this Harley. I think my plan is, in the next 6 months, I think it's going to be time. I really do. I feel it. And all of a sudden, if you watch some of my other videos, you'll see that the Street Glide special has crept back into my head. It really has. And I don't know what it is about it, but I do know what it is about. And frankly, what it is almost everything. Where it all starts for me is the seating position, right? The rider's triangle. When I first sat on a street glide, I remember the first time I ever sat on a street glide, and the first impression I had was, I put my foot, I had a salesperson actually hold the front of the bike so I could put both feet up and really sit and get a sense for it. And the first impression I had was, wow, this is perfect. This is perfect. I'm upright, relaxed, my hands are bent, I'm not reaching, and this is just perfect. And ever since that day, I've been trying to talk myself out of a street glide. It's too much bike for me. It's too expensive. I don't need music. I want to hear the pipes. I don't need navigation. I got my phone. And those things are actually pretty true for me. But the more I think about it, the more I keep coming back. I think that might be just the best bike for me. And I've heard other people say, oh, this is, I'm going to get my everything bike. And I kind of understand what they're saying. Harleys are so expensive. It's really an investment. My car costs less than the Street Glide Special would. And what am I doing? But it's all about the feel and what kind of mods I would do on a street glide. A lot of people put apes on it. I don't like that, actually. I don't want my hands up here and reaching. I love that pullback position, kind of like a fat boy. And so I keep going back to that. And then I'm like, you know what? Sometimes maybe if I'm going on a longer trip and I'm just cruising, sometimes music might be nice. Change it up a little bit. The navigation, frankly, I could do without. The infotainment, I could probably do without. I got a phone. Most people who have GPS or an infotainment system on their bikes don't even use it because they got their phone and they're still using their phone GPS. I would probably want to install the Apple CarPlay in the bike so I can use the screen, right? What's the point of the screen if you're not using it? The other thing about the Street Glide, which I don't think I really have to, I'm not shedding any new light on, is it looks pretty damn cool, right? The Batwing fairing, I like it. I think it looks cool and it's functional. It will block the wind if I go on the highways. Folks, let me tell you right now, on my Vulcan, it can go on the highway, right? Anything over 70, though, is pushing it. I feel like the engine's really kind of getting a little shaky and it's screaming and it's pushing its limits. I don't like going on the highway on the Vulcan for long stretches. But something like on the Street Glide, it would be no problem. I wouldn't think twice about it. It would be comfortable. So I'm like, what am I, I can do whatever I want on that bike. Even if it's just local short trips. Yeah, it's a heavy bike. But, right? I'm in the prime of my life. I'm doing CrossFit. If I can't handle a touring bike now, I'm not going to be able to, right? When I get older, it's just going downhill as far as my strength goes and mobility. So I'm in the prime. So this is like my prime touring years. I might have to downgrade to a Softail or like a Lowrider ST in 15 years. Who knows? But my point is, if I can't handle a street glide now, I'm never going to be able to handle a street glide. The big negatives that I keep going back to is the cost, right? They're freaking expensive. With tax and fees and everything, you're pushing $30,000, depending on what color you want. And I saw a video by Cycle Fanatics, right? For those who don't know, check him out. I was lucky enough to meet him a few months ago at the Harley dealership. He was doing a day there. Anyway, really nice guy. He did a video a while ago on versus, why people buy the special versus the regular street glide, right? And that most people are doing it for the 114 versus the 107, and that you really can save a lot of money and still get all the mods that you want done for the difference in price. And all that stuff is true and accurate. But what it comes down to is if you want a blacked out street glide, and I do, probably black on black, that you have to get only in the special, right? And the smaller crash bars, I do prefer those over the big ones. But I also do like the light guns, the light cannons, I think you call them. And so I just have to see if I can fit those on the small crash bar that comes with the special. Otherwise, I get like a whole nother crash bar, and it doesn't matter. Like he said, it doesn't matter special or regular. You're going to replace it anyway. But I want to do, and the other thing regarding the engine, I really don't care. I got a 900cc engine now. A 107 is night and day difference compared to that, right? A 107 is fine for me. I don't need more than a 107. So I wouldn't be getting the special necessarily for the 114. I wouldn't be able to really tell the difference or appreciate it. I don't need a 117 or anything more than that. Like, I'd be happy with a 107, frankly. And then when I do a stage 2 on it, which is my plan, it'll be more than enough, right? So it's not the engine. It's more the paint scheme that you want. If you want it blacked out, I don't think you can do that. You can't do that in the regular. The other thing that I like about the Street Glide Special versus the regular is the stretched bags look. I do like the dual tailpipes, and I would probably get some slip-ons, whether Reinhardt's or Tabs. I do like that. I don't want the 2-into-1 on a bagger like that. Just a personal preference. I mean, that could change too. But there's no really, I was looking it up too. The thing that does bother me personally is that on the Street Glide regular, the interfering is matte black. I just don't like the way that looks on the Street Glide. I think it looks cheap, and it doesn't go with the overall aesthetic. So I like the shiny insert that they have on the special. Now, is that shiny insert worth $6,000? The difference between the special and the regular? Absolutely not. And I was looking it up. I can get a shiny fairing insert from Advan Black for a few $100s, and then I just, I might be able to install it myself. Probably not. But even if I pay to have somebody install it, it's not a break the bank kind of job, right? So I would get a Street Glide regular and put in the shiny inner fairing, and that would be half the battle for me. But I don't think I'm leaning towards the chrome. I don't like the chrome look with the black, which is probably what I would get. I like the black on the black. Now, is that worth $6,000? I don't know. But that's what I'm leaning towards. All right, I digress. My plan is in the next couple of months, go down to a dealer and test drive the Street Glide specials. Or a Street Glide, it doesn't matter. They both run the same for the most part. The difference is really aesthetics. So that's my plan, to confirm that it was as comfortable as I remember it being when I first sat on it. And it's been some time since I sat on a Street Glide, a few months, because the last few times I've been to a Harley dealer and looking at bikes, I wasn't looking at the Street Glide at all. I was looking at the Lowrider ST, the Road King, and the Fat Boy. And when I went to the Harley demo day a few months ago, those are the bikes that I test rode. The Street Glide really wasn't even on my radar at the time. So this is all kind of a shift for me. But now that I'm thinking about it, Street Glide has everything I need. I can go on long trips when I go on them, even though I'm not going on long trips now. It has the 2 stretch bags, which I love for the storage. More than enough power, infotainment, music, if I wanted it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Put in the comments. What do you think? Do you think I'm crazy for looking at a Street Glide? Or does it make sense? Right? After all the things I've talked about, does it make sense? It really comes back to the riding position, though. It was just super comfortable. Compared to the Road King, when I got on the Road King with the mini apes, I still felt stretched out. So I know I would have to change the bars out on that. I just don't know what I would change them to. The windshield, I'm not a huge fan of the windshield look compared to the Batwing fairing look. So that's the other thing about the Road King that I keep going back and forth about. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about right now. I wanted to get a video out for you guys, tell you where my mind's at, and where I'm going to be doing in the next couple of months, what I'm going to be doing in the next couple of months. And let me know what you think. If I should be thinking about anything else, pop it in the comments, and I'll be seeing you guys real soon. Ride safe.